And welcome back to Praggers Gaming. I'm Gamer Praggers and this is Citizen Sleeper. And in the last episode we met Bliss up at in the Eye, and they have offered us work. On a quid pro quo, we have to give them money to help bid for contracts that will allow us to work. Now we have a lot going on at the moment. We have taken care of Hunter and Killer, and we do have some Yataghan information, but we've also got that's Lem and Mina. Okay. Yes. So we can sell that. In fact, we will do that after we have got after we've ended the cycle. Let's see what dice we've got. We do have a stabilizer, but we need to get across to the Greenway, so we are in serious need of some money. You miss me? Ethan smiles a ragged smile at you. Walk away. Ethan follows along and you notice he is limping. Come on, Sleeper, just a little joke. I know you have a sense of humor. You look at him. He's paler than usual, hunched. He's sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to greet an old friend. Friend? Well, he pauses. Colleague. He smiles weakly. This is big, really big stuff. About you. He seems more jittery than usual. On edge. You remember now how S&R cancelled the contract on you? The contract I was going to collect? I remember. Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed? Me? I lost everything. But let's not worry about that. He smiles sarcastically. And so, what did you think? That was it? I was just glad to be done with you. Oh, the feeling was mutual, except... Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old S&R gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who is even more of a shithead than yours truly. He smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. Who? Ethan grins. That's the question, isn't it? Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues, about what went down, and it turns out S&R cancelled all their bounty tracts, the whole lot. It seems they bought someone in-house, some guy who did so well in the last contract that they got offered a job. He leans in. Apparently, he made a hit on this ship called the Winter Wonderland, or something. Ooh. It was smuggling sleepers out from under S&R's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship. Ethan whistles. They called him Hemwick or Maywick or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forget. You mean Winter Light? That's it. He looks at you hard. So you do know about all this. He pats you on the shoulder. Then you'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you. Ethan runs his hand through his greasy hair. Given this new information I've brought to light, it seems like you are in need of protection. Wait for the pitch. I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there. The owners, and they say they'll space me unless I work off the debt. Seems they are that kind of businessmen. He grimaces. I would pay them, but... He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting. Then work it off. You should be glad, the anger rising in him now, that I came here and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You are a contract, a name on a list. He kicks the wall. Ethan rubs his temples. I'm sorry, he hisses. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you, and whacking that thick skull of yours. He sighs. You think I want to go up against this guy? But us, he jabs a finger between the two of you, we don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed, and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. Fine. Ethan smiles. He looks like shit warmed up. He pauses. Just think about Maywick. Think about the cold-eyed S&up shit on his way here from the core systems. He smiles. That should give you the motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts. Right. Okay. I've just done a reboot. Maywick. Ethan says Maywick is on his way. You'll need to leave the station, get protection, or disable your tracker before they arrive. We are on the clock. Okay, so let's go and sell Yatigan data. Because we've got 2 of those, so that's 20. We need... Right, let's... Oh, it's a -1. Okay. No. There is... Intuit. There, we'll go for it. And we got an energy, nice. We are going to put some in there to get some scrap. Cool. And... Right, let's ascend. Right. No. Weightless Wanderer minus energy. Hang on. Let's just head down and see if we can compressor club there. Ethan's dead. Let's see how we can get on. Okay. We got an energy back, but we are out. Scrap freighter, no. No, it's the alt exchange. Sell components. Okay, 118. How much do we need to get across the Greenway? Founders Gap. 120. Okay, so we still don't have enough. And we don't have any dice left. Okay. Okay, oh, great. That's not great. Buy scrap for 16. not do it. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put the other one in. Okay, it's not that bad because we've got a stabilizer, but we are going to pay this. Okay, we've now got how many cycles? 3. Okay. The hub. We'll do this. Weightless Wanderer. The Keisha capsules. The only place to sleep on the hub. Hacked off a colony ship and welded to the ring. They are surprisingly expensive to rent. Okay. Well, we don't really want to do that. So, let's... How many points have we got? Just the one. Okay. Let's head to our container. I'm going to use our stabilizer. And we're going to end the cycle. Now, we are going to need stabilizer. So we need to get a source of stabilizer, which means we're going to need money. So fabricate a ship mind, we can't do that yet. Waiting on that. There's nothing there yet. Do a bar shift. Okay. Let's do that. Yep. As I had hoped. Okay. That's good. So if we come here... 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Okay. That's waiting. We've got 2 cycles there. Let's put that on. Nice. And let's energy or cryo. No. Let's do that. Okay, it's given us some energy back, which is good. So then what we're going to do is buy. Okay, so that gives 2 energy back, and then we will sleep. I say sleep, we'll end the cycle. Okay. Right. Let's... We get a +1 anyway, so let's put the 5 in. Good news. Havenage. Yatagan takes a 3. Let's ascend. Nothing yet, but we can on the next. Buy space and meal for 14. Let's head down. The compressor club. Is it a plus? It is a +1. Okay. We're gonna buy that. Okay. And then we're gonna put in the last 2 as well. Okay. And then, do you know what? I might do that. There we go. She's asleep, whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as he does. You are perched at a thin bar in the main room, the slate in front of you still glowing with Mina and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only world Mina has known, with stick figures standing along its edge. The tall one is you. Drink? Asked Lem, producing a warm-looking bottle of Griol from under the bar, its contents flowing amber in the fluorescent light. Sure. Lem nods and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers, then sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers, and you clink the metal containers together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate this time around. Lem gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side reel. He grins broadly. Clearly he has been desperate to tell you all cycle. Amazing. Lem holds up his drink. Couldn't have done it without you keeping an eye on little meanie here. Lem shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, Sleeper? I haven't seen much of her these past cycles. She misses her father. Yeah. He says to no one in particular. The silence stretches out as Lem takes a drink, his eyes fixed on the bedroom door. She's great. He nods. I can't take all the credit for Mina. She isn't actually mine. He gazes into the middle distance. I pulled her off a refugee shuttle out of one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make for the Eye on these decrepit old shuttles. He sloshes the drink around in his tumbler. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway there. Everyone spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapon locker. She was ice cold when I reached her, purple lips. He shivers. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let go. The medics treated her with me still clinging to her. He takes a drink. Still not sure why. He reaches over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand. We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. But once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here. You saved her. I'm gonna sound like an idiot now, but he sighs. She saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around the decaying unit, its stained plastic plating and flickering lights. Me. I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost, but I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, Sleeper? What then? The side reel will sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of a life is that for her? You'll make it. Sorry. I know you don't have it any better. He looked at his cup and pushed it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now? Both of us in with a chance? Exactly. Imagine all three of us riding the sidereal horizon out of here to a new world. He looks into his glass for a moment. I think I drank too fast, he laughs. Lem stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. See you around. Alright then. He catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it. From both of us. He pats your shoulder and you slip out into the dark of the walkway with thoughts of little Mina on your mind. Okay, we now have 2 upgrade points. So we can do self-repair. I don't know what that does. Oh, it gives us a +2. Oh, interesting. It gives us a +2 on engage. Self-repair. Right. So we can either lose the -1. I think we can actually, we could get that and the photosynthetic skin, allowing us to use a dice action to regain energy at home. Oh, that's 3 points. Okay. Let's take the +1, and we'll get rid of the -1. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. Let's end the cycle, see what dice we've got. Okay, not great. Hey! Hey! A quiet voice greets you as you leave. Sleeper, it's me. Who? Moritz, he pauses. I work for Bliss. He rubs the back of his head. You're not an easy person to find. I don't really have an address. Moritz holds up his hands. Hey, no judgment, it's cool. You both stand there for a moment, each waiting for the other to speak. What's up? Ah, yeah, well, Bliss needs you. A job just came in, a real big one. She's asking for you to come up and help her out. He nods sagely. I'll be right there. Nice, yeah. Murray stands there for a little, while unsure of the messages. I got it. Cool. He looks around. Bliss just likes me to do a thorough job, you know? He rubs his hands together before burying them in his jacket pockets. See you, Sleeper. Moritz ambles off down the corridor, kicking out a filter cap on his way out. Time to head to Bliss's Bay then. Okay. We've also got the merchant freighter. Oh. Okay. Right. Lovely. There. Okay. Now, if we come up to the fabricator, we can turn these into a ship mind. And we can fix the ambergris. Drop the huge cylinder into the mess room table, and Keita can't hide her excitement. You drop the shipmine core onto the galley table with an emphatic bang, and Keita spins around from where she's been poring over some documents on her slate. Holy shit, Sleeper! Did you actually land a shipmine? She rushes over and hefts the huge cylinder, turning it back and forth. Well shit, it might actually work. She smiles, wider than you've ever seen. Where did you get it? I built it. Built it? Well, you are full of surprises. And Keita bangs on the galley wall. Hear that, Amber? The sleeper got you a new ship mind. The sound echoes down the ship's passages. You have to admit, being in a small space with Ankita when she's this excited is a little intimidating. Ankita puts the ship mind back on the table. I'll start the process of fitting it as soon as I can. I might need your help with some of it. She heads back towards the counter to grab her slate. This isn't the only good news today, either. Looks like my good karma is finally coming in. She throws the slate onto the table and spins it so you can see the screen. Take a look at this. You see a list of names and numbers. Nothing that exciting. With what looks like a transit timetable. I found them! Found who? My crew! She points to a name on the list, or more specifically, Ashton Cade. It was his pass that was used to access Amber. Or more specifically, Ashton Cade. It was his pass that was used to access Amber and slice the ship mind. I thought he might have been killed or robbed. His pass stolen, but it turns out he crossed the Founder's Gap the very next cycle. Founder's Gap? The big rift in the station. You can't cross it without the Foundry's ferry. She leans back in her seat. I know some of the crew over the ferry. Old Mercs used to run in an outfit. I worked with them. I saw them in the Overlook, and they mentioned they saw Ashton crossing. I checked the manifests, and there he was. Looks suspicious. He hasn't said a word since the theft, and anyone wanting to hide out might head to the Greenway and go to ground. She flexes. He won't get far, though. There's no real docks out there. Only a couple jetties in the wastes. So what now? Now I fit the ship mind? That's the first priority. She pauses. But maybe you could help me out. Sure. How? It's like this. I head over there, especially in Amber. He'll spot me a mile off and go underground. He'll find a way to slip the station, or he'll bury himself so deep in the waste no one will ever find him. But you, Ashton doesn't know you. All I need is for you to go there and sniff around. Not at the commune, not the stacks. He will have gone to the edges, the margins, the wild places. That's what Ashton likes. You see him, you locate him, ping me on this. She hands you a com earpiece. Seeing as this is Merc work, I'll be happy to give you Merc pay. She shifts in her seat. The thing is, I haven't got much left. So how about I tell the boys who run the ferry to give you a discount? I know it's not much, but once I grab this coward, I'll pay up. 200 cryo, nothing less. What do you say? She meets your eye. Okay. She gives you a heavy whack on the shoulder. Good. I owe you. She lifts the ship mind up onto her shoulder with worrying ease. I'm gonna go get this fitted into Amber's core. You get any info, any sense of where Ashton is hiding. Let me know. She goes to turn and then stops. And once again, Sleeper, thank you. I appreciate it. Ankita stomps off into the guts of Amber with the ship mind, leaving you in the galley. You glance around, a sudden nervous energy descending as to what is to come. You never thought you'd get to work as a mercenary, but then again, it seems that I is full of surprises. Ain't that the truth? Okay. Right. I think we might let's put the 4 in. Okay. In fact, we might be able to use the 2. Damn it. Okay. Right, we need to go and see Bliss. Right. Okay, sealing the leaks. If we get a bad roll, we lose. We got a good roll. Okay. Right. But it looks like we got 3 cycles to do this. I'd prefer better. Okay. Let's descend. We'll have a look. Okay, so that's now 80. With the discount. Okay. That's not in yet. Can't do anything with that. Tala. The griot slides from the bottle into the lumpy recycled glass, a pale grassy yellow under the overlook's warm lights. The spacer nods and takes the drinks, bringing it up to their face in both hands like an offering bowl. This is the good stuff. The stuff Tala says is aged in wooden casks, stored in some closed-off part of the old station, among corroded wires and softly looping systems. Though sometimes it's hard to tell if Tala is joking. Either way, you like pouring this stuff. It gets on your fingers, and if you rub them together you can smell the mossy drink, cut through with aniseed, mushrooms, wood, as the alcohol evaporates. You like those who order it too. The aged griot is kept beneath the bar, open to order, only by those who know it's there, like the quiet spacer sitting at the bar right now. They are far enough away that you can freely watch them as you close the bottle and tuck it beneath the bar. You call them a spacer because they bear the hallmarks: pale, vac-suited, bird-boned, and hunched beneath the weight of the station's spin gravity. But the closer you look, the less you see a type. Pale eyes, almost grey, but kind. Delicate fingers that lightly drum the bar as if it was an instrument. A shock of black hair almost covering a forehead scar. Scars are something you've learned to value. They are what marks out your body from the hundreds, maybe thousands, who knows, of similar models that rolled out of S&Arb's biolabs. You find yourself rubbing one on your forearm, a rough little split, something that on the good days you might think of as a mark of defiance. Suddenly, you hear a heavy clunking at the door. It creaks open and a huge cylindrical metal tank tumbles through, slamming into the floor. Shit! Tala breezes in from behind it, a whirl of hair and bright eyes. Shit, shit, shit. Tala? Sleeper! She ducks behind the bar and comes over. Can you help me with this? You look at the huge metal tank suspiciously. Tala puts a hand on her hip. Are you gonna help me or what? You come around the bar and get to one side of the tank. Okay, says Tala. On my count. 1, 2, 3. You both heave the tank up to standing, somehow. You hold it in place, struggling to keep it steady. Where's this going? In the back, comes a voice from behind the tank. Somehow you manage to lug the huge thing into the back room, where you place it in one corner, dwarfing the rest of the contents in the cramped space. And as you do, you hear a crunch. You stand back and look at the expired rations oozing up from under the tank. Oh shit! Tala looks at you apologetically. I know you like those. That's okay. You push the crushed rations to one side. That's the end of that. Tala looks exhausted and rubs her shoulders. Francis, I swear to... Francis? Francis? I mentioned him already? My guy on the door. Deals with suppliers. Tall. She sighs. He was supposed to be back from Etienne's up on the Greenway by now. Back with our griot. She leans against the tank. It seems like he's got lost again. Or joined the Haifa commune. We need that griot. There's 4 other bars near here, and the spaces sure as hell don't come to the overlook for the ambiance. She looks through the open door to check if anyone can hear her. She knocks on the side. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. She smiles. Welcome, sleeper, to the Overlook Distillery. You look around the dank back room. Needs some work. She picks at some paint flecking from the metal walls. Well, I might need some help, though. She shrugs. You up for it? She knocks on the tank again. Could be fun. Happy to help. Okay. She grabs you by the shoulders. I'm excited! She turns around and looks at the tank. I reckon we chop this thing in half. One half for fermentation, the other we turn into a still. We also need to gather the ingredients. She turns back and looks at you. You look more like a chopper than a gatherer. She smiles. So, how about you build the still and tub while I work on the rest? Oh wait, sleeper, I have an idea. Tyler is grinning now, and is making you nervous. To make up for the rations, how about we put a kitchen in here too? A kitchen? Uh-huh. I always wanted to serve food. She turns back to the tank. This is going to be great, she says to herself. You look at the dented tank in the bare room. At least she has vision. Tala nudges you out the back room and closes the door. As you go back to the bar, you hear the banging and thumping begin. The spacer finishes up their drink and nods in your direction as they leave. You can't quite tell if it's a gesture of sympathy or good luck. So much for a quiet shift. Okay. Right, so we can't buy rations. that's not great. Right. Havenage. Okay, so we can't... Oh no, it's not Havenage I want, is it? It's Yataghan. Which is a 1. Okay. Then we can... sell that. That gets me some of that. And then, no. So that's 12. Let's do that. Okay. And that gives us energy, and we can go to our container. Now we're down to 4 dice, but we are way over. Okay. Now we can use the 2 1s to get Yataghan data, and potentially the 2 4s for the compressor. But we also need to help Bliss out. But that's going to be in the next episode. Thank you for hanging out. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, ticking the bell so you know when new videos go live. In the description is a link to the channel Discord. Feel free to come and talk about the games you're playing, the games I'm playing, games in general. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.